Alright, here we are with Seana, and we're looking at the backhand right now. And as we can see from this first one here, the technique is generally good. We got nice early preparation. We're getting that left leg stepping in, and we're driving through the ball. We got a lot of time to prepare, which is great. We're getting that turn nice and early. One of the big issues, though, is that a racket face is open on contact. So this is creating a situation where we're not able to put a lot of spin on the ball, and we're not able to accelerate through. We're going to slow it way down in a second here and really be able to see this. But it means that we can't really accelerate through the shot because, of course, if we accelerate with a low to high motion, with a open face, the ball's just going to go straight up. What we want is to be going from a low to high with a closed racket face so we can impart some topspin on the ball. You can see that the racket head here is still in line with the hands, and it's going to stay in line with the hands all the way through contact pretty much. And as we can see on contact, the racket is going to be wide open and the ball will be going up. So we can't actually really hit too much aggression here. Right there, boom, we're open on contact. And we want that racket head to be closed. Otherwise, look, that's nice extension. And we're going to finish over the shoulder. But really, we need to have that racket face closed on contact. So we're going to work on that when we get back on court next week. And you can see a big difference in your ability to really accelerate through the shot and the amount of control you have. Looking at these couple last backhands too, you can see the same thing in effect. A good turn, good preparation, but again, the racket head never gets below the hands, and then we end up kind of shoveling the ball up to get the lift and get it over the net. But of course, we can't swing with any sort of acceleration because we're going to lose control. The ball's going to go flying. So again, we definitely want to have that racket face closed on contact. Alrighty, moving on to the forehand here, we're going to see a couple of things. First of all, the preparation can be a lot earlier. We do a great job with this on the backhand side, and the forehand we're a lot later to actually get the racket back. And we're going to slow it down right here and see exactly what we're talking about. So, boom, the ball is going to be bouncing on our side of the court, and our racket is not going to be back yet. Now, when the opponent hits the ball, and we know it's going to go to the forehand, we immediately want to get that racket back and get that shoulder turn. But you can see the ball is just about bouncing here, and the racket is not yet back yet. So we need to have that thing way back. And then the next thing, this is good, stepping in, getting that weight transfer, very nice, getting contact away from the body, this is all good. But again, just like on the backhand side, as we can see on contact here, the racket face is going to be open. You know, we want to have this racket face closed. Boom, right there. Let's see it. Yeah, there. Wide open. And it's preventing us from really being able to accelerate through the shot. You know, we've got this nice low to high motion. But we want to have the racket head closed on contact so we can generate this brushing motion up the back of the ball to create that topspin and actually give us control over our trajectory. We don't have a lot of control over our trajectory right now because that racket face is wide open. So anytime we swing harder, the ball just goes up in the air and we lose control over that trajectory. I'm going to have a look at the last couple here. We're going to see basically similar themes. So waiting too long to get that racket back. Generally good, nice finish. We're getting through contact, but again, it's very difficult to really relax to the shot and really let that racket head go because the racket face is open on contact. So we're going to have a look at that when we get on the court next week. Alright, here we are with Greg looking at the forehand first, and we're going to focus on three main points. One is getting more shoulder turn on the preparation, getting the left arm across the body to help with that. Secondly is getting that racket head below the ball on contact to be able to brush up. And similar to Seana, the third thing is closing that racket face more on contact. So looking at that first point, getting that shoulder turn. So right here, the ball's already on the way. We need to have that shoulder turn back already. We need to be way more turned. We need to have this left arm coming across the body more. We want that left shoulder closer to the camera, okay, body more turned perpendicular to the baseline. Okay, that's going to help get our shoulders and our trunk rotation more into the shot. Now as we progress through the stroke, very nice loop, good step into the ball, getting that weight transfer. But right here we want that racket head to be below the hand, way below the hand, so we can start brushing up the back of the ball. If we freeze this frame on contact, right there we see the racket face is actually a little bit open. We want that face to be closed on contact, brushing aggressively up the ball. If we swing with any kind of aggression while that racket head is still open, we're going to lose control quite quickly because clearly the ball is just going to go straight up. As far as the rest of the stroke, it looks very nice. We've got good extension through the ball, getting a nice finish over the shoulder, nice high elbows. I like the loop in general. It's just a couple of things. So right here, we have to have more turn, more turn, more turn. Racket goes through and then brushing up. See, even there, we have very nice extension, very nice follow through, but the racket face on contact is actually a little too open. So we're going to be looking at that next week, and you're going to feel that you can actually accelerate more through the stroke, and you should feel way more relaxed because you're going to have some control over where the ball's going. Alright, here we are with Greg, and we're looking at the backhand. And the first thing that really comes to mind that pops off the video is that it looks a lot stiffer. You know, it's a lot stiffer of a motion than the forehand. The forehand, Greg looks really nice, really fluid, but this is a little bit less comfortable, I think. And so one thing we want to work on is really just kind of letting loose, really relaxing the arms, and kind of allowing the momentum of the racket head to really make its way through contact and through the ball. So looking at the contact point right here, we want to really relax the wrist here, get that racket below the hands, and start working that face, the closed face, brushing up the back of the ball. We're going to see here that the contact point is actually quite far in front. So that's about 1.5 feet more in front than we'd like to get it. We want it closer to your hip as far as distance is concerned, closer to the baseline if you're looking at this video. So we want to bring that contact point in, and we want to work that brush. So we want to be leading with the top edge of the frame rather than the bottom edge of the frame there. So similar to what we talked about with Seana as well, closing that racket face on contact. If we look at the preparation on the back end, this one here, don't worry about this. We just got a little close, misjudged the ball there. You're just doing the best you can to get that ball back in court. If we look at the preparation on this backhand, we want to get it, it's generally good. It's a good turn, but we want to get the hands further back. So if you look at this one here, the turn is good. We're looking over our right shoulder, looking over at the ball, but we want to crank the hands back further, crank that racket back further to the back curtain. See, it's just very short, very abbreviated. We want to really crank that racket back. And we'll be looking at these items next week. I'll see you guys then.